So this is the kind of match, I am super psyched for this one. I've got a matchup with Turtler, and we are in the, the round of 16 in the official October tournament. So bringing some action from the third consecutive playoff round, and he has the Enlightened Champion, and had a 4-1, and picked Root Scryer, thus acquiring his Dartha. I have the Sidranus Champion, and I'm going to take the Overhaul Cleric. I think it has a little more potential than the Pack Leader. There's no Lifebound monsters on the board, and it produces has the potential to produce 2 runes. Though now that I look at it and think about that, I could have bought Moonveil Click. Could have been a mistake already. I hate to make a mistake on the first turn, but just try to recover from it and go as forward as well as we can. And he rallied off the Pack Leader, getting the Ogo Courier. So, okay, so now he has 2 Lifebound guys. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to take the Moonveil Click, and I'm really wishing I'd gotten that Pack Leader. Now, if I'm able to get, like, the Serena Ascetic, that could be really big. At some point I need to start working towards my champion. And Seer is good also, but it's really another card I have to set up. So then it's like I have to set up trying to get my champion to banish, and set up getting my Seer of Days Past to actually be a good card. So he didn't have a 6, so I'm going to be able to get the Serena Ascetic, and I'm going to take that pretty easily over the Overhaul Cleric, because I want that card draw. Alright, so he does get a second Seer of Days Past, so he already has the potential for more card draw in his deck than I do. At this point, he's off to a very good start in this game. I'm going to take the Cleric. Oh, okay, a little rally. That is sweet. Now, if somehow I can get the Rift Drake Rider, I can probably balance this thing right back out, or even start to take a lead. I'm not sure that the odds of that are really good, but we'll see what he comes up with here. And he had the 6, so he's probably almost surely going to get the Rift Drake Rider. Yeah, that card is really kind of nuts this early in the game. So, in a bit of a bad spot already right now. I've got all the runes that I'm probably going to want or need. I'm definitely going to want to advance my Sidranus. I'm thinking pretty hard about going ahead and getting a heavy infantry, and I think I need to. There's part of me that wants to just start buying max heavy infantry, but realistically I think I'm going to need to kind of somehow catch up in deck value, because he's going to do the same thing. Now I've seen Turtler's picked up 3 heavy infantry, and so he already has an advantage in what's going to be like a late game card draw war at this point. And so now he's trying to make sure that I don't get the advantage as far as how to beat the monsters. So I'm not really sure what the best avenue here is. I don't want to load down on heavy infantry. There's a lot of 3 costs, so like having a good potential to combine just a heavy and a militia, or 2 heavies, is good. And maybe if I pick up 1 more heavy, I have a pretty strong potential to do that. Aeronix is a big payoff if you just buy a lot of heavies. And it could be that I could just beat him to it. I could just race him to the Aeronix. That might be the better solution than trying to win a late game battle, because he's got a lot of rune cards too. The trouble also is he's going to be gaining extra honor with those Root Scryers. So yeah, I don't feel like I'm likely to win an honor race at this point, so I'm going to pass on the heavy. might be a little risky. So, we'll just see what happens here. He has an advantage in the banishing. I'm going to try to catch up a little bit. And an advantage in what will be the late game card draw. I'm going to hope that since he bought a few more heavies, that when he clears the board a little bit, that I'm going to have the first opportunity at some of the bigger and better cards that hopefully will pop out. That's really the payoff that I get for hopefully buying less heavies than he did. Unfortunately, he has enough to get the Premonition Bell here. And that leaves me just with this Ogo Courier, which I'm not even sure that I want. The main reason I would want it is just because of the Moonveil clip. I'm afraid if I don't buy something, I'm just going to start to fall further and further behind. I'm going to buy the Ogo Courier, and okay, not so bad. I'm not going to buy the Guide of Lost Souls. I'm going to instead just pay for the Sidranus. I'm trying to create any situation where I get the first opportunity at a card that can equalize the board state, or the game state a little bit, or, swing it back towards my favor. He rallied, unfortunately for me. Now, the Riftwatch turret is a card that could help. And I can use the Deathfinders to start banishing. I am going last, so it's okay if he has some big turns as long as I have the biggest turn on the last turn. So, what I'm going to do is take a Deathfinder, because I'm already eyeing that Riftwatch turret. And, now I'm eyeing that Surya Light Sword as soon as possible. The Riftwatch is great, though, right now for me, because it creates power. It also is a second construct for my 2 Overhaul Clerics, and it will draw a card when it comes in, theoretically, because of the Library Familiar, so it doesn't even really slow me down to play it. Have to get to 8 before he does, and hopefully have a shot to pick Aronix off the board. And he has picked up a couple more heavies, so he's going to go ahead and follow through, which is pretty reasonable, I think, with, he's already gone in pretty heavy, I guess, on that plan, to beat the Aronix before I do, and probably has a good shot at it, so he's just going to go ahead and load those heavies up just before he shuffled there, and I don't really have anything at all that I can do this turn of interest other than, buy a Mystic, which I have 4 Mystic-ish cards already, or just add Reputation, or I could buy heavies and try to compete on an axis that I really think I kind of gave up on already, that I'm not going to beat him to just 7 power, probably. I mean, it's theoretically possible, but I really want to just try to beat him to the Surya. So, he beat me to the 7, as expected. So unfortunately, I won't be using Surya on the Aronix. I don't think all is lost, though. I think I've started to banish a little bit. Have some card draw. I don't know. He's just hitting a lot of stuff there. He's got a bunch of these. He's got like 2 of the. Well, I was gonna say, I thought he picked up one of the card draw constructs there, but okay. So I could pick up the Wild Gear Sour. I do have 3 different types of construct, so that gains me some honor, but I'm not really winning an honor race right now. It is also a Lifebound card to go with my Moonveil Click, which I may still have in my hand soon. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go with the Wild Gear Sour. So, a rough start, to be sure. That's the kind of hand, though, that makes me feel happy. I feel like I'm going to be able to buy something sweet. I'm not sure at this point if it's going to be the Surya or if maybe I'll be able to like add him into some awesome construct that isn't yet on the board. You know, and he may buy one of these cards out from under me. Or if I'd want to just take the Serena Ascetic and try to still compete on the card draw axis. He does have a lot of heavies, so those are going to get in the way of him, you know, if he wants to just draw his whole deck. So he did take the Serena Ascetic from me, so I don't have that as an option. Alright. I'd like to draw the Mantra of Renewal and the Surya. I don't have a ton of Enlighten cards, really. But I'd like to have a construct that draws me some cards. But whatever I buy, I would prefer to draw it on this next go-round. So to shuffle it in before I draw 2 cards. So I think I am going to take the Mantra first, because I can still buy the Surya afterwards. If that still looks like the best choice, which it does. I'm kind of gambling because I'm way behind. I need somehow to find a way to take an extra turn, maybe. I got to keep my Moonveil click. Well, so give me a rally, and I'm going to need to try for some rallies. Alright, I rallied 1 card. 2 cards. That helps.